For you wiring wizards out there, I need a little help. I got these tail lights, and then as you just, and of course they're for these triples, and so this all works the same. It doesn't matter. My issue has to do with the blinkers. So you can see right here, I've got a wire coming forward. Now this white wire is a brake line. It's a brake wire, and it's hooked to that, which is a third brake line. And then this just comes back to the trunk in case I need one back here. So it's just taped off. Doesn't make contact anywhere. The brown wire is the common taillight wire. It comes from the switch. Not hooked into the blinker system at all. This is just for the license plate. Otherwise, I had that taped up. I need to tape it back up again because it's got enough contact out. It might ground out and shorten and stuff. But anyway, then I've got and that all comes together here. So I've got the one single brown coming in, and it branches out to 3 brown wires. One goes to the left tail light, one goes to the right tail light. And so it makes no difference, obviously, if this one's hooked up or if this one's hooked up. And as you can see, I've got them both hooked to these ones. I got yellow plugs on. Well, that's the tail light circuit. The other ones have black plugs on, and that is the blinkers. That's the yellow wire is the blinker, and obviously it's the left turn signal, and the green wire is the right turn signal. So, and they're just connected here. These also have these ground wires on these that I don't know, they don't really need them, but I had the sequencer on there, and so I added those. So I'm just using them now. I'm just grounding them to the trunk latch. So, and these are just a new pair of bulbs, Sylvania bulbs I just bought. And my issue has to do with this bleed. I'm sorry. My issue has to do with this bleed I'm getting. So I'll show you here. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to turn just the headlight on to the tail lights on. So this is the parking light circuit basically. As you can see, they're both lit up. So like they're supposed to be. And then we'll just do it just to show you. My blinkers are on, ignition on, headlights are on, always on. And here it's signaling. It's a LED signal, so it's an LED flasher, I mean. And you can see that it's flashing on the right, and you have tail light on the left. That's correct. That's the way it's supposed to be. We'll switch it. As you can see, I've got left turn working and the tail light on. Now, all I'm going to do here, turn the headlights off, tail lights off. So as you can see, that one's flashing, that one's off. That's the way it's supposed to be. However, let's make a right turn. Okay, you can see it's blinking, but look here. That one's dimly blinking as well. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see it has a right LED and a left LED that are, the bright and the dim. So the dim one is blinking as well. Now that's blinking, hardly see it, and I don't know if you'd ever be able to see that now. These are new, like I said, these are new bulbs. I just have 2 of them. But I'll switch bulbs and show you where you can obviously see it. Right, a couple of other bulbs, new bulb. Okay, a couple of different bulbs here. And remember, these are just cheap ones. Now, right now, the brake system's unhooked. That extra wire is unhooked from the brakes. We've got taillights. They appear rather bright. I think brighter than they should have. Swap the wires, they're still bright, so it doesn't make any difference if I turn the wires around on the bulb connector. And then we'll make a right turn. And I guess we will if we turn the ignition on. blinks, as it should. I don't know if you see that, but it's blinking. The other one's steady. Left turn. It blinks. The other one's steady. Now, if I turn off my tail lights, I don't know how well you can see that, but they're both blinking. Now, the left one's brighter than the right one. The right one's blinking through the tail light circuit. Don't know why, don't know how. So it's using the low light side of the bulb, whatever that's called. We switch the other direction. Same thing. It's brighter on the right, where it's actually turn light, and then it's dimmer on the left side, which is not supposed to be working at all. I don't know about the brake lights. I'm not going to mess with them. I got them so I can wire them right up direct. But it's puzzling to me. I can't figure out how it's backfeeding. The only common wire, obviously, is here. These wires are hooked together, but that's the way they're supposed to be. They're taillight wires. There's not an individual wire for the left, individual wire for the right. They're common wire. They're common taillight. So I can try to run power through each individual light through a different circuit, but it's kind of silly, but I could try it. Well, I can't do that because the headlight switch is one headlight switch. So anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of frustrated with it. Like I said, I put the strobers back in there because at least they strobe and they work. I get tail lights and turn signals, but I don't, like I say, I don't get, you can't tell when you step on the brake. It works correctly, but the brakes all flash just like the turn signals. In between here, I hooked the sequencer up again, and it don't work at all. It just, here's the sequencer, one of them. There's two of them that go in there. There's two of them. They don't sequence. They do turn signal, and they do, but if you turn the lights on, they quit working at all. So, and the way they are is this yellow wire is the brake line. This white wire is ground, and the black wire is supposed to be the running lights, and the red lights the turn signal. And then they go on this and these whites are all ground, and then the same black wires running lights, red wires turn signal. They just signal. They don't sequence. They don't do anything like that. I don't know why. And there was a waste of $50. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna get them to work. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I just can't send them back because I cut the ends of them off already and put spade connectors on them. So I'm stuck with them. But when I do all the tail lights, I just have these deals I made that are just a thing to tie them all three together on both sides. And like I say, it works. Again, just with the strobing lights, these bulbs here. Now this bulb, this was an expensive bulb. This was the Sylvania bulb. It's barely blink. I don't know if you'll be able to see it through the tail light. I guess I'll put those in with a pair of strobes, and I'll see. Maybe then you can maybe tell its brakes are on. I don't know, but I'll put them in like the center socket, and we'll see what they do. But so anyway, if anybody's got any ideas, I'm clueless. I cannot figure out how it's feeding that. It has to either be feeding through the sockets, because obviously the bulb's common, but that's not how they're designed. I could stick regular bulbs in. I don't know what the LED flasher would do and see if they work right. The sequencer only works with LED bulbs, so I can't use it with regular bulbs. And but and I'll continue probably to have the last two LEDs on the brake light blink with the blinkers, or when you turn the taillights on, they'll have lights on them. I guess I don't care, but unless I can figure this out, I'm clueless. I've tried everything I can think of. I switched wires around. I've, checked grounds. I've thought maybe they can't be common grounded, but I don't know how everything grounds the body, so it doesn't really matter. And so I've run these tail lights either with this ground added. They have a little tab for ground in them. Obviously, they're grounded to the body of the car. So like I say, I'll stick these Sylvania bulbs. I just have two of them. I didn't buy because I didn't know if they'd work. I'll stick them in the center sockets on both sides, and I'll just put the strobers back in there for now because I don't know what else to do to get tail lights that work right. Brake lights, well, that's just it. With the strobes, I don't have brake lights. It's because you can't see them. You can see them, but you can't see the turn signals then, so you can't brake and turn at the same time. Here's the strobing bulbs. They are on. Lighting's hard to tell, but you can see they're on. They're both on. And they strobe like son of a gun. This one, the light's off. That one works. That one doesn't do anything. Now let me stop this a minute. You're seeing the reflection on that one. It's not doing anything. I'll show you what happens. I'll hook the brake light up. Okay, so this is what you get when you step on the brakes. This is just a wire, brake light wire, hooked straight up. So both of them strobe. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. Now they don't quite strobe in sequence, but I think you can see the issue. There's no way to tell if that left one is actually flashing because of the strobe. Anyway, now you can hopefully kind of see what I'm talking about. I don't know. I can't figure it out for the life of me. And I don't know why these don't bleed, or what are you going to call it? I don't know what else to call it. When the tail lights, one don't bleed to the other side. So I didn't look at that thing. I don't think it's not plugged in. Well, it was plugged in. Well, let's look at that real quick. Tail light's on, which they're just a steady light. Last two LEDs are lit up. It turns flashing. Just the last two LEDs are lit up. Thinking off. Brakes on. Brake light on. Strobe strobe. Brake light on. Brakes. Left turn. Can't tell a left turn from a brake. Lights on, brakes on. See, brake on. Lights on. Everybody's flashing. Off, which is me unhooking the wire. Brakes off, lights on. Lights on. Last two lights are lit up. LEDs are lit up on the brake light. Alright, I don't know what else that I can show there. I don't have any idea how to make this work besides just getting rid of the LEDs, because it'll probably work even if I have to change the flasher unit out, and I'll just put regular incandescent lights in. I don't happen to have any, or I'd test it, but I'll just go buy some sometime. Some reason, obviously the LEDs take hardly any voltage, so somehow that voltage can bleed through to the other tail light. It's all I can figure out. And this is so much hassle, I don't really care if I have LED tail lights. It's just, I won't be able to use the sequencer, but so right now I don't care. I just want lights that work right. And I can revisit this later, or maybe somebody has some genius idea of how to make that work. My other option I can try, I just hate throwing money at it, is to get a trailer light control box, stick it in the trunk here and see what it does. But for now, like I said, I'm just going to, wasted all morning with this. I'm just going to put these strobers back in, put my taillights back on, and say call it good. So anyhow, say looking for suggestions, and I will talk to everybody later. I may have came up with a makeshift solution. I'd still like to fix it. I've got the Sylvania bulbs in the center holes right there. Right now you can see the brakes are on, and let's make a left turn. Well, there, brakes on, left turn, center light flashes, other side does not. Right turn. Just for funsies, let's turn the lights on. Lights on. Still having a right turn. Let's take the brakes off. Brakes are off. Brakes are off. Tail lights on. You can see there, I don't know if you can see it or not. I mean, that is a right turn. The other two strobe bulbs are strobing as well. But not quite sure why the third light blinks, but whatever. That's the four-way flashers. I'll tell you what, them Sylvania bulbs are really bright. I don't know, I may get 4 more of them and just see what happens with them. I don't have much faith, but